in Yale. I'll give you the short version. 1962, I think. This World War II is over. These Nazis are on trial in Nuremberg, and they're asked, like, why did you do what you did? And they're saying, I was just following orders. So this guy at Yale, Dr. Stanley Milgram, runs this experiment. Will people just follow orders? So let's say you volunteer for this experiment. You respond to an admin paper that says, hey, real quick, see, this is a bologna sandwich lunch voucher or whatever at the cafeteria, and $20.
Just give you guys
so you show up and it says, we're doing a study on learning and the effects of punishment on learning. So
I think I do know about this. Is this the shock thing?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So they've essentially got a guy in the room right beside you, strapped up to a machine that's going to shock him. And they sit you down at a machine, and your job is to read off some words, and when he gets a question wrong, you shock his ass. And then you move the shocker up, shock him higher voltage for every wrong answer. You keep moving it up. And at the end of this little shocking machine, it says 450 volts, XXX, danger, severe shock. 2/3 of the way through this shocking thing, the guy in the other room, you can hear him screaming, you can hear him yelling when you shock him, because the thing's painful. He's an actor. He's not ever getting shocked. But 2/3 of the way through, he stops and he says, I don't want to do this anymore. I want out of here. I have a heart condition. I don't want to do this anymore. And you look back at the guy running the thing in the lab coat. The guy in the lab coat says, it's important that you keep going. The experiment has to continue. The experiment requires that you continue. And, well, you keep going. And around like the 400, 350 volt mark, the guy in the other room stops making all sound and stops responding to questions. He's not even answering the questions anymore. And you turn around to the guy in the lab coat. The guy in the lab coat says, any non-answer must be treated as an incorrect answer. Please continue. Keep going. And then these people would get to the end, this 450 volts, and they'd shock and be like, well, that's it. We reached the end. The guy in the lab coat says, please continue until you've read all of the questions on the quiz. So this guy they think might be dead in the other room. They're just keeping going at this 450 volts in the other room. So before the experiment started, these psychologists, psychiatrists got together and formed a hypothesis. And they said, who's going to go all the way? And they said 0.8% or 0.08% of people will go all the way. 67% of people went all the way.
Holy shit.
And they redid the experiment. They said, oh, well, there's an inherent belief of safety because it's in a college. They've done it in apartment buildings, in basements, in office buildings, with college-educated people, high school-educated people.